We are just days away from the start of summer break for most kids here in southern Idaho, and that means that more kids will be spending time at home, outside, and online. And School Resource Officer Matt Hudson with the Boise Police Department joins us with some tips to keep kids safe this summer. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about any tips, safety tips for kids being outside this summer.
Yeah, that's a good topic, I think, especially as kids get out of school, starting today for Boise schools. I think one of the biggest things is a lot of kids are home during the summers and parents are working, and it's important for parents and kids to have conversations about what home safety looks like during those daytime hours. And I think some of the most important tips would be, first, just go and watch Home Alone. If you've seen the movie, lots of great tips, things you should do. And maybe more realistically for parents to kids is maybe talk about keeping doors locked, keeping the windows locked, not answering the door when parents are gone, and just having a way to check in throughout the day to make sure things are on task at home.
Yeah, social media plays a big role in our life right now. And many of them have access to their phones, tablets, whatever it is. Any tips for staying safe online? Yeah,
I could go on for hours about online safety, but the most important things and the trends that we see are that kids are getting in trouble with cyberbullying. They're being exposed to inappropriate content online. They might be inclined to share inappropriate pictures of themselves or others. And as long as parents are having conversations with their kids about what internet safety and social media safety looks like at home, most of the kids generally will follow that if the parents have those open conversations. One of my favorite resources for that comes through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children online. There's breakdowns for kids by age, from elementary school to junior high to high school, and resources for parents to how to approach that topic with their kids. So I think as long as parents are having a conversation and setting an expectation and then following up with their kids, checking their phone, who are they friends with, who are they talking to, most of the time kids can make it through unscathed.
Yeah, and I mean, during the summer, people want to just be outside. Kids want to enjoy time on their scooters, maybe on their bikes. Any tips there?
It's a great time to be out exploring, doing fun things. I think as long as, again, it comes down to parents communicating with their kids and setting expectations. One of the trends we see is that kids love to wear their earpods, their headphones, they're outside listening to music. They need to be aware of their surroundings, though. So having a conversation with the kids about maybe keeping one of their AirPods out or their headphones off so they can hear the surrounding environment. And again, even for older kids, all the way down to little kids, being sure that they are looking both ways when they cross the road. One of the most tragic things we see is pedestrian versus vehicle accidents. And as long as parents are making sure their kids are aware that even though they might have a green light or the right of way, they need to be looking both ways.
Yeah, and water safety. I mean, kids want to be out in the pool, hanging out with some water. Any tips on that end?
Every year we see the same things come up, and it's tragic. It's important to set expectations with kids that they stay away from the canals, stay away from the rivers, unless they have a parent with them or some responsible adult that can make sure that things are staying safe. They need to just be aware of that. And that goes with community pools or neighborhood pools. Same thing. There has to be, if there's no lifeguard on duty, there has to be a responsible adult to watch out.
Yeah. Okay. And for maybe kids watching right now, and maybe they're thinking, nothing's going to happen to me, what would you say to them?
I would say nothing will happen to you until it does, right? Nobody expects to have something tragic happen to them or an accident occur or them to get in trouble online, things like that. It usually is a surprise or comes on slowly. So just always being aware, following the rules. And again, it's parents setting good expectations with their kids and following through on what those expectations are. It helps keep people safe.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being here and sharing all those wonderful tips. Great reminders there. Thank you. All right, taking a